Now, if you don't take anything away from watching Thor 2, one thing you can take from watching Thor 2, Loki's a fucking badass. That's just the way life goes, and that's just the way life is, I guess. Okay, so sorry I'm getting this review up to you late. I seen it on Saturday. I have been hella busy. Better late than never, like I always say. So let's get into reviewing Thor 2 The Dark World. Now, Thor 2 The Dark World, it takes place after the Avengers. You know, like every movie after the Avengers is going to take place because, you know, it's after the Avengers. It's after one of the greatest comic book movies ever to be put on the screen, so why not? And in Thor 2, Thor is back on Asgard. Well, he's not back in Asgard. He's more defending the Nine Realms, you know, going and beating up people who's going to rebel or trying to take over that realm. Thor 2 is going to help him. And in the beginning of the story, you get a backstory to the Dark Elves, and Anthony Hopkins comes on the screen talking, in the world, the first thing people thought was darkness. It was darkness. Yeah. That's my best Anthony Hopkins. It was blackified. Yeah, it was blackified. But in that, he talks about the Dark Elves and how Dark Elves was fighting with Asgard. And that's one of my best key points to this whole comic book shit. If you show me the mythology of shit, I am invested. I am interested. Man of Steel, show me the mythology of Krypton. Not a good movie, but it showed me the mythology in Krypton, and I really enjoyed that. And that's what I enjoyed about Thor 2. It showed me the mythology of more. It showed me more about Asgard. It showed me how their operation worked. It showed me how their politics work. It showed me how their warriors work, how they train for battle and everything. I loved seeing that. And Thor was a badass in this movie, I must say. You know, he's coming off the heels of Thor, and in Thor, he had to learn how to, you know, take away that he had to get his powers taken away so he could learn that I can be better than this. And he learned that. He got his powers back. He kicked ass. I loved him in Thor, and I loved him in Thor 2. Loki is the man. He is the shit in this movie. He makes the movie. If you are going for any reason, you're not going to see the badass Dark Elves in this versus Asgard. You're not going to see, you know, a post-Avengers world in Asgard. You're going to see Loki. That's the only reason. Every time Loki wasn't on the screen and it got pretty slow, I was like, okay, when Loki appears back up, this movie is going to get 10 times better. And it did, and I love that. Not knocking that the movie, I'm not saying the movie is bad. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, when it got to those slow parts, I was like, yeah, Loki needs to get back on the screen. And when he does, I will be more invested. And when he got back on the screen, I was more invested. And he still kicks total complete ass. One person in this movie that I wasn't expecting to kick ass, Thor and Loki's mom. She did more in this movie than she did in Thor, and I love seeing that. You know, she's not in the script as much, but I love seeing her have something to do. Everybody in this movie is used, and every character in this movie is used to the best of their abilities, I can say. And I really enjoy seeing that. I really enjoy seeing more of Asgard. I really enjoy seeing more of their mythology. I love that. One thing people have been saying about the movie is that Malekith was really weak. I can agree to a certain point that he was really weak. I just felt that he had an agenda, and he was going to conquer that agenda. It felt like, you know, the world was about to get taken over, yes, but it felt like he had an agenda. He was going to conquer it. He was going to see to that agenda, and he was going to do whatever he took for him to get that agenda. When he got the either shit in him, he felt like, you know, he was more powerful, which gave us a villain to fight in the end of the movie. But the really badass of this movie is the other guy that gets put with the either, and, you know, he goes and does Malekith's business, which is really one of the main reasons why people think Malekith was a bad villain, because this guy comes in and just steals the whole movie, steals the whole show, because he's a badass as a villain. Thor couldn't whoop his ass. Nobody could whoop his ass. It took trickery and, of course, the God of Mischief to help. All in all, I want to say that I thoroughly enjoyed Thor 2. I like seeing mythology of, you know, things. I like seeing premises of things, you know, mythology of Outer Worlds. I love seeing that, and I thoroughly enjoyed Thor 2. Thor 2 gets a B+ from me. I really liked it. You should go check it out. Loki's a fucking badass, man, and I have nothing else to say. So, Thor 2, have you seen it? What do you think about it? And yeah, I'm rocking my CM Punk hat today. Best in the world. No. But anyways, what did you think about it? And have you saw it? And if you seen it, tell me what you thought about it. I'm Michael Woods, and you've just been off the grid. should I use for the intro? Should I use the Thor looking hammer or should I use the, hard looking hammer? I'm not even gonna use it. Fuck it.